Why do they do that, Mammo?
'Cause we're hill people, honey. We respect our dead.
Hi everyone, I'm Dom Griffin, I'm a film critic, and you're watching the Armchair Auteur. This is an ongoing video series I do where we talk about new movies, old movies, screenplay analysis, that sort of thing. So if you like movies, you like film culture, you like to see people pick it apart, please consider subscribing. Today we're reviewing the new Netflix movie Hillbilly Elegy, a movie directed by Ron Howard, and it's not very good. I am not the biggest Ron Howard fan. I don't dislike Ron Howard as a filmmaker, but he's not someone for whom I care very much as like a storyteller. I will say I've not seen all of his movies or anything like that, and the two movies of his that I like the most, Rush, which is like really good and like totally worth seeing, and The Paper, which is one of my favorite movies ever made, seem to be kind of like outliers in his actual filmography. If you want to look at Ron Howard that's a little bit more forgiving to him as a filmmaker in his filmography, I would definitely check out the Noah Gittell written piece that I put in the description below about like some of the underlying themes in his work. I don't think it really ties very well to this movie, but I do want to have sort of a counterpoint since I'm about to shit on him for the rest of this video. The main reason I decided to review Hillbilly Elegy is that there are not very many new movies coming out for the rest of the year, so I'm reviewing pretty much anything new that I can get my hands on. I know every other film critic that I know that has already seen it hates it, and I figured it would be really bad. And as I've stated many times before on the channel, I like to watch disasters. I like to watch things that don't work. I think you can learn a lot about storytelling from movies that don't work, and sometimes it's just kind of fun for me. Like, if you want an idea of like how few people really enjoy Hillbilly Elegy, the only positive thing I've seen from anybody about this movie is from Ben Shapiro. The plot to the movie is simple, if overwrought. It's based on the 2016 memoir by J.D. Vance about his life growing up between Ohio and Kentucky, of his summers spent in hollers with his extended family, and his mother's struggles with addiction. So half the movie is flashbacks following Amy Adams as Vance's mom, a woman who was once full of potential but now, raising two kids by herself, finds her own dreams subsumed by her parental duties. Glenn Close plays her mother, a tough grandma figure who winds up taking J.D. in when his mother's life unravels, and after her father dies and she gets into substance abuse. Then in the present day, J.D. is putting himself through Yale and has to visit back home after his mom ODs on heroin, stuck between trying to help her back on her feet into a rehab and making it to an internship interview one time. The movie spends the entire runtime cutting back and forth between these two timelines throughout, trying to capture a heartbreaking tale about rural poverty, Appalachian culture, and the trials of chemical dependency. Normally this would be something I would be very into. As I've stated other times on the channel, I think it's very rare that Hollywood makes like a good movie about being broke, and I regret to inform you this is not one of those times at all. The real-life J.D. Vance wrote this memoir as sort of a blunt force bootstrap object to be used to club poor people over the head with. Look, I grew up in the burbs, so I can't claim I'm an authority on the Appalachians or the diverse cultures that exist within that large descriptor, but just watching this movie, it felt like a poor portrait of those various realities. That a guy who spent some summer somewhere has written a book where he's now the national go-to guy for discussions on said region is typical, if frustrating, but that he got fucking Ron Howard, a guy we all know grew up fucking famous, to turn it into trite award season prestige garbage is a further twist of the knife. All the performances are as over the top and histrionic as you'd expect from a feature-length collection of Oscar highlight reels, with every performer pushing themselves to get that gold statuette that, even in a year this bereft of quality film content, seems highly unlikely. When the film does try to find something relatable in JD's struggles around Yale people, it comes off like parody, like trying to make you show his fear of salad forks or whatever, but it's in the horrendous depiction of his mother, who is basically treated like the villain of the movie, even in moments designed to humanize or sympathize with her, that the movie shows its worst tendencies. The memoir and the resulting film adaptation settle on a view of addiction and poverty all too familiar, where any failings of the individual are indicative of personal weakness, not systemic economic causes we all know to exist. That Ben Shapiro defends the movie as being poorly received because it humanizes Trump voters is laughable, given that these are the very people both political parties routinely let down. And nothing in Howard's depiction here suggests any kind of political statement because, to be quite frank, he's too busy struggling to choose a tone to have anything real to say. Cinematographer and documentarian Maurice Alberti is absolutely wasted here, as Howard misuses her gift for verite to push the thornier bits of the story into melodrama territory. There are literally moments in Hillbilly Elegy that wouldn't look out of place in a Lifetime movie, or even the cutting room floor of a Neil Breen joint. It's real to the point of being a joke. To me, the most offending portion of the film is its conclusion. The movie's diverging timelines keep referring back to the ticking clock of JD's big internship interview and its 10-hour drive from home, implying the climax of the film will be him making the difficult choice of choosing family, a theme the movie ploddingly hits throughout its tumultuous timeline, over his professional ambitions. Like, This movie isn't good and it doesn't work, but at the very least, all the things seem to point towards him saying fuck this interview and sticking by his mother and helping her get clean, despite the way she's failed him as a parent. Instead, there's a dramatic montage of their history together, followed by him going to the interview, and a postscript about the successful happy life he's had, that his mother got clean anyway is treated as an afterthought and somehow only possible because he graduated from Yale and has had the life she never could. It's infuriating and embarrassing, and somehow it ends up being a worse movie than I anticipated going in, knowing I was only going in because I knew the movie was going to be bad. Ron Howard, not the greatest filmmaker in the world, but he's generally at least capable of telling a coherent story. And here, I don't know what he's doing, other than, trying to get all the actors who cast in the movie to win some awards. Unfortunately, those awards are most likely to be Razzies. Basically, I just think that the next time Ron Howard decides he wants to have Netflix fund him making a family drama, he should aim more towards Frank Capra and less towards Ayn Rand. Those are my feelings about Hillbilly Elegy. I don't think you should watch it. If you want to watch it, even just because you like watching train wrecks, it's not even a very fun train wreck in my opinion, but hey, you do you. If you have Netflix, it's out there. It is available to see, but I guarantee you, even if you threw a dart at the carousel in Netflix, you'd find something better. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Hit the little bell icon so you get notifications when I put out new videos. There'll be another new video tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that. I'm going to be busy all Thanksgiving week, so keep it here. I'll see you guys in the next one.